Responsibility and authority are my two antidotes for depression. I have been asked so many times before, what is it about Asian culture that makes depression very low among Asians? I don't know if that's true. And I'm not a professional. I can only speak of my own experience. So, which you have asked me several times before because I've spoken about my own mental and emotional struggles. You wanted to know what is it that I do to keep it going, to keep myself going. So, this is not a professional advice. Please, if you're going through something, seek help from a professional. This is just my own experience. So long ago, I have decided, never say never, but I have decided that for as long as I can, I won't take medicines or I won't take pills. So this is just what I do, what works for me. Okay? All right. So when I feel it dawning on me, because most of the time I can see it coming, feel it coming. When I feel it coming, these are the things that I do. Okay, if you find this helpful, please give it a like and subscribe and hit that notification button so that you don't miss a video. Also share it because that's really helping my channel. And don't forget to get in touch with me or follow me on any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. First, I make a decision to get out of it fast as I could. As I've said in the intro, I usually feel when it's coming. I can feel it dawning on me. And I don't particularly like the idea of being unproductive. I'm just not that kind of person. I can't lie down the whole day and do nothing and watch TV or whatever. So that works to my advantage. I know that's not true for a lot of people. That's why you have to consult a professional. This is just based on my own experience. I believe that my brain is powerful enough to will me into action. So I don't let it sink in deep and long enough for it to pull me down. As soon as I feel it, first sign, I dash into action. This next one may be highly influenced by my culture. I cannot afford to be depressed. In the Philippines, we have an old adage that that depression is just for the rich, pangmayaman lang yung depression, because we can't afford it. Of course, that's not true. As I've said, this is not a professional advice. There are some kind of depression where you're helpless. You can't do anything about it. So please seek professional help if you are going through something. But it is true for me. I simply cannot afford it. I have a business. I have a full-time job. There are people relying on me. If I mess up for one day, if I go to work and not do my best, there are people that will suffer, people that will not get paid for the month and they won't be able to pay their bills. And that is unfair because they work hard. They show up to work so that they can help the company, so that they can get paid and pay their bills. I owe them the same. It helps that I also like these people. Some of them I really consider to be my family as well. I respect their integrity, I respect their dignity, and the least that I can do is to reciprocate. I cannot bring my drama into their life because they don't bring theirs into my professional life. So that's what I try to do always. So this may be highly influenced by my Asian culture because I'm thinking communally, right? Not very individualistic. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just what works for me, okay? The best preparation against depression should be done way before depression, actually. So endorphins, as you know, physical activities, our bodies will produce endorphins and that's going to make us feel better. But the thing is that you do have to be healthy enough for you to do not heavy activities, but more activities when you need more endorphins. Now, I'm very busy. I don't have time to go to the gym or hike for long periods of time or whatever. So I try to just do what I can with what I have. So I have a standing desk, so you can adjust the height. I would adjust the height, and I bought an under the desk walking pad is what they call it, because it's not really a treadmill. It's not designed for running, or at least I've never tried. So 1 to 2 hours a day I would walk while I'm working or reading or watching something or thinking about something, and then I would stretch like 15 to 20 minutes. So that sort of helps me keep my body sort of active, so that when time comes that I need more endorphins, I can do more activities, if that makes sense. Next, I complete a task I have been putting off. It could be cleaning my stockroom or finishing a document for work, or sending an email, or replying to an email I've been trying to put off, whatever, or replanning some of my plans, whatever that may be, I choose usually the quickest that I can accomplish, and I do it. Usually the sense of accomplishment, knowing that you have been able to sort of at least clean out some of the chaos in front of you, it sort of puts my brain into a better position, a better space. Usually, once I accomplish one, it would be followed by one or two more, just because I need to feel better, and I know that makes me feel better. But that's one of the tricks. I try to go back to a task I have been putting off, and I'll try to do that. I try to create something, preferably something good. So it can be a painting, or I finish a chapter of the book that I'm writing, or it can also be a good memory. I try to create a good memory with my family members or with my friends. So that could mean I go to the beach with my dog because he really loves the beach and he's so happy when we're there. Or it could also be sending a family member or a friend a nice message. This is hard, especially when you're not in the right headspace, so you're sort of forcing yourself to do it. But what I do realize is that once they respond and acknowledge and express gratitude, it makes me feel good that I made them feel good. And so that puts me in a better place. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, but why are you expecting something good from what you did? Well, remember, I'm trying to make myself feel better, right? I'm already down. I'm feeling down. So I'm looking for ways on how to make myself feel better. And making other people happy, or creating good memories, or create something good, or just create something that puts me in a better place. Next, I make concrete plans. So there are things I want to do in my business, at my work, or maybe it's a travel plan, or maybe it's building something, whatever. But I try to pick a project and actually draw out a complete step-by-step plan on how I can get that accomplished. It gives me something to work on, a reason to look forward to tomorrow. So it gives me a reason to keep on pushing because I need to get those things done. Second is that it gives me some clarity on what I have to look what is it that I need to look forward to, and what is it that I need to get done. So some sort of direction. What works for me is writing things down. This is a practice, actually, it's pretty new to me. One of my office mates actually do it. I decided to adopt it. So I actually have two notebooks. This is for just general tasks. So this is for my just whatever task that I need. So I'll just write it down, whether it's for my work, for my business, or personal, whatever. I just write everything down. And then I have another pad which I use for specific ideas that is outside of work. So it could be for this channel, or it could be for the book that I'm writing, or it could be for the business. So something more fleshed out is on another notebook, and this is just for general tasks. Being able to see the things that I haven't done yet, that gives me some sort of a direction. And it also reminds me, when I'm doing concrete plans, it reminds me of the projects that I actually want to do. And then for the previous one that I sent, like if I need to complete a task that I have been putting off, at least I have a notebook I can refer back to and see, and then choose from those tasks. Next, I try to think of people who have it worse. I have been told that that's kind of evil because that means I'm looking down on people. I'm not. I honestly, I'm not. But being able to clearly see what I have that others don't keeps me in check. It humbles me because it makes me realize that I have way more than I need, that I may not be happy today, but whatever it is that I'm feeling, or whatever it is that's in my head, is not reason enough to not get up in the morning and do something good. So that's my only reason. But I'm not looking down on people. And as I've said, this is me trying to survive. This is when I feel really bad. And I have found that being able to appreciate what I have, actually seeing what I have, humbles me and puts me in a better place. I cry if I want to. I break down if I want to. I curse if I want to. I'm not a particularly sentimental person. I don't cry a lot. But if I feel like it, or even if it's not crying, even if it's just cursing, yelling, shouting, whatever that may be, I just give into it. Usually I find that I get exhausted pretty quick. If I start crying after like a minute or two, I'm like, what am I doing? This is a waste of time. And so I stop and then I proceed to do something else. Um, Someone actually taught me a trick. They said, try to cry in front of the mirror. You're gonna see how ugly you are, and you're just gonna stop because you don't want to be ugly. I've tried that and it actually worked. But yeah, but even if it's not crying, whatever that may be, screaming, yelling. I don't yell at people, but just in the privacy of my own room. Next is meditation and prayer. But instead of meditating or praying to get something, I actually pray and meditate for a good memory to come back to me. It can be a particularly good laugh that I had with my niece and my mother, or my friend, or my dad, or it can be something funny that my dog did, or whatever. But I just pull something happy or something that I cherish and let that emotion come back to me again. I have long ago accepted that majority of our life is really the mundane, the routine, day-to-day things that we need to accomplish, tasks that we need to get done. And it's really those moments that make life worth living. So I've fully accepted that. And I've fully accepted that I can't make moments last longer than they should. Otherwise, it's going to be meaningless. But I can't get the past. I can't go back to the past, but I can relive the past in my head. And so I try to do that. Just let that emotion settle into me. It can be bittersweet once it's done, but because I've fully accepted that life is just mostly the mundane, then I cherish the moment that I can relive those emotions. Last, I listen, even if that means searching for an inspirational speech, or listening to inspirational songs, or watch an inspirational movie, whatever that may be. I have found that to me, it is very effective for me to put myself in a good headspace, to hear hopeful, good messages. That works for me. So yeah, it can be a song, it can be, whatever. So, but I actively search for something that I can hear and will push me towards that more positive space. Okay, those are 10 things that I do. Sometimes I need to do all 10 and just barely survive. And then there are times when I can do only 3 and I'll be up and about, right? It depends. There are some more things that I do, but those are some. Everyone's experience. We all differ in our backgrounds, in what we believe in our personalities. So please seek help if you're going through something. I can't emphasize enough. This is just based on my experience, but I hope that you found that helpful. I hope that is something that resonated with you. All right. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe and hit that notification button. And share the video, because that's really helping my channel. Please follow me on all the social media links that you see on your screen right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Till next time.